Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of the Bro You Haven't podcast, brought to you by myself, Adam Claydon, the hopeless romantic JJ Harding, and Kratos' little love child, Joshua Aitken. This week we are talking about video game feels, okay? There are plenty of spoilers, so if you don't want anything ruined, I'm going to put them in the description below, but it is super important that you don't listen to this podcast. But if you want things ruined, please do. Skibbity-bap-bap-bow. Whoa, hello, we're back.
Hello, boys.
Bienvenue.
Bienvenue. It's been so long. What have we been doing? Like, why have we not talked to each other for 3 weeks?
Nothing. We've actually been doing... It's the same as last time we took a break when actually we weren't doing anything.
Literally just forgot.
I've just started a new job, so I've been working a little bit.
Oh yeah, you had a couple of things to do.
And by a little bit, a lot. Because it's the Christmas season.
Catching crime. JJ's a bounty hunter now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Goes by the name Dog. Don't know if you've heard of him, Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah. Do you know my tag on Halo 3 used to be DO6, so it looked like dog.
Also kind of, it's like Dick.
I'm the coolest.
Yeah. If your G's come out like K's, yeah.
So what have you been doing, Adam? What have you been up to in your break?
Oh, what's happened? I've read A Christmas Carol today.
Which Christmas Carol?
Which one?
The Charles Dickens Christmas Carol, the original, the 1856.
I've not heard his Christmas Carol.
So you weren't reading it to a class? You were...
No, I was reading it to myself in my dark, dingy room with a candlelight, and this is actually true.
I like that.
Damn, is that what 45 feels like?
If I stand up right now, you can see I'm wearing a penguin Christmas jumper as well, because I'm trying to get festive, but my cat just died, so...
I know.
Do you want to know a fun fact to cheer you up?
Yeah, please.
If your cats are dead in Scotland, it means your trousers are too short.
I need to invest in some new trousers then.
If someone says to you, oh man, your cat died, it means that your trousers are too short at the leg.
I like that.
So there you go.
Hang on a second. But what about when Donald lost his trousers? What happened then?
I mean, he searched for them high and low, I believe.
Does that mean his lion died?
His lion? No, it just means he's
died.
cutting about in the buff.
The Shia LaBeouf.
His cock is out.
Brilliant.
Very good. So originally we were going to do an episode about heartbreak, but we sort of changed it a little bit because...
Yeah, we changed it a little bit. A little bit.
Also, I just don't... this is like the least kind of semblance of an idea I've had of what we're going to be talking about going into the podcast. I have no idea what we're talking about.
JJ, would you like to explain what the premise of the podcast is?
Okay,
today?
so today we're going to talk about our top 5 feels from video games, both recent and historical.
Historical.
Okay. I think I can blag that one.
From days of yore in the noughties.
Yeah, so your 5 video game moments that have really gave you the feels. Maybe made you sad, maybe made you cry.
Tugged on your heartstrings.
Maybe made you go, oh.
Things that make you go,
Things that go, mm.
Do you ever watch Brainiac? Brainiac was so good.
Of course I fucking watched Brainiac.
Will it sink or float?
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
Or will it smash or bounce? And it's just always like a lady in like a bikini just like dropping a microwave.
Who was the fella that used to always go into the pub?
Ooh.
You know what one I mean? He used to do like pub science, like magic trick kind of things.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
I think he was bald. Not Richard Hammond.
You think he was bald, and you've just gone not Richard Hammond?
Richard Hammond's not bald.
Richard Hammond's not bald.
Well, exactly. That's why I said it's not Richard Hammond.
Fucking hell. He might have been bald for a little bit after that crash.
Oh, God.
Richard Hammond was in a crash. Hope he's all right, man.
No, this is like 10 years ago. He's okay.
Sending my best well wishes to Richard Hammond
Send
while he
in
recovers
the clowns.
from being on Top Gear and working with Jeremy Clarkson.
Send in the clown.
Send in the clowns.
Clowns.
Sometimes when I make jokes on this podcast, I feel like I should follow it up with like a Krusty the Clown kind of thing. Is that all I am to you?
What's happened this week in video game? Fortnite.
Oh, Fortnite and God of War.
fucking
Fortnite and God of War. Why?
And Mandalorian. The Mandalorian was cool.
To be fair though, right, what you got to realize is Fortnite, you know they're doing all the dances and the poses and stuff. Geralt of Rivia was in Monster Hunter World, which is one of the games I'm talking about today.
It was, yeah.
And if you're a female, you can do like emotes and you can have the Geralt skin on, so it's like Geralt like shaking his ass and shit. It's so fucking weird.
I might buy it just for that.
You know, he's doing a little sexy dance where his hands are above his head and his hips are going woo.
Amazing, love that. But with Fortnite, it's so strange because the fan base is young kids, and then they're not going to play this 18 that is one of probably the most violent games I've ever seen in my life.
They might have.
Why am I playing as my dad?
You don't know how bad parents are.
I know, I was playing Call of Duty at 7, so...
Mind you, I would probably play God of War, the new one, at 12. My parents would have let me.
Yeah, there's not like a lot of blood because it's like orange blood. It's like the blood of like ghouls.
And it's like it's Avengers-y, isn't it? Like when Kratos gets punched into his house breaks, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
Like do you know what I mean?
Okay, one thing that's crossed my mind this week. Okay, so every video game that has like a dungeon or has like an underground mine section, all those torches are always lit. The oxygen supply.
Yeah,
what the fuck
are.
would happen? You wouldn't be able to...
Not even the oxygen supply, just who the fuck is lighting them?
Yeah, it's like, who's maintaining that?
What I usually think is, in that scenario, it's usually in like a fantasy game. So I imagine...
Yeah, it could be magical fire.
It's magic!
Magic fire!
This is just like magic! It's one of my favourite jokes in Harry Potter, when he's flying away.
Oh, I'm part of this Harry Potter Facebook group, and it's like a shitposting group. And I don't know if we're in the same one, but they've been doing this thing this week called Humble Vernon and Wholesome Vernon. So it's like they take bits of Uncle Vernon, obviously he's horrible to Harry in the films and the books.
Yeah, they change it so he's really nice.
But they change it so he's like really wholesome. So like when Dudley says 36, last year it was 37, he's like, don't worry, Harry, that extra one's for you, and things like that. It's just quite funny.
So lads, let's start with number 5 of our top 5 video game feels. I think first of all we're going to go to the Queen of Hearts, Josh Aitken.
As he racks his
Oh
brain.
no!
As I
Google frantically for IGN's top 5 for WatchMojo.com. Okay, so this is like 5. So this is one that's like it made me feel, but not that much.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this okay. Here's one. I've got one. I've got a good one, and I feel that this is like relatable. So cast your mind back to the first time you play Fallout 3, right? Fallout 3.
I'm thinking.
Yes.
So
I like Fallout 3.
There was such a super cool feature in Fallout 3.
Oh my god.
It wasn't that cool.
Oh my god.
There's a feature in Fallout 3 which isn't really in any of the other ones unless you put the difficulty up to the highest where your followers can die.
Oh god.
And very early in the game, or well, it depends how you play it, but for me, very early in the game, you come across man's best friend, Dog Meat.
Dog Meat.
The dog Meat is your little dog. He's your fucking great companion. He'd do fucking anything for you. Doesn't matter your karma, how evil you are as a person, how horrible you do things, what mistakes you make. He always loves you. But Dog Meat, ladies and gentlemen, Dog Meat can die in Fallout 3. And I remember spending so much time like backtracking saves just to keep this fucking mutt alive.
Oh man.
Bless you so much.
So that's my first feeling of pain in a video game is Dog Meat dying.
That
I suppose
happens,
though it's
man.
like it's a sense of love, because loving the companion so much, like you're like, I'm gonna go out of my way in this game to keep him alive.
I mean,
It's also something though, like everyone seems to get more attached to animals than actual, not always, but like films. I don't know. I
Yeah,
found Marley and
it's
Me
true,
really
you're
sad,
right.
but I don't really
it's
cry.
the I Am Legend effect.
Oh, the I Am Legend effect.
Oh.
That's horrible.
They do a thing in I Am Legend as well where they only mention that the dog's a girl the moment before she dies.
To tug at your heartstrings even more.
They call her Sam the whole time and they never refer to her gender. And then when she's dying, he goes, Samantha. It's true.
It's a heartbreaking moment.
Watch it.
It's very heartbreaking. My fifth one is kind of a bit of a tangent, but it's similar to that. Your first experience of loss and pain, and mine is when my first Tamagotchi died.
Aww.
Oh, here's a sad song on the world's smallest violin.
And you spend ages trying to get it to grow up and play games with it and feed it, and then it just dies.
And now we sleep for 1,000 years, and when we wake, the world will end.
Well, I think that was my first experience of bereavement, so it taught me some life lessons.
What was it called?
Oh, I can't remember. I
Oh,
just
well, there you
remember
go.
pain. It wasn't that deep. It wasn't that deep.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
What about you, Mr. Harding?
For number 5, I've got not necessarily Arthur Morgan dying. Oh, spoilers gap.
Everything in this episode is a spoiler scat.
Yeah, massive spoilers.
Yeah, every single thing.
I think a lot of our listeners have played Red Dead, so but
Yeah, of course.
it's when Mary Linton visits his
oh,
grave.
shit, yeah.
That caught me right in the feels with no words. Amazing.
I love it when you take her on a date and you sit in the
Oh
theatre.
yeah, well, this is what I mean. This is why it was a feeling, because it was like the whole arc of like. I love a romance in a lot of things, like whether it's movies, video games,
Yeah,
TV shows,
yeah,
and I thought Arthur's and Mary's was done really well. Yeah, it just I love to see relationships building, and I think in a video game as well, because you're the one putting in the effort. It does feel stronger.
Yeah, it's like you're doing the
Yeah.
grinding.
Yeah.
Well, you're what's it called? You're projecting, especially with a character like Arthur Morgan's is so well built as to give you a kind of blank slate of sorts. It gives you like just enough so that
It gives
got a
you
bit
enough.
of character to it, but there's enough left ambiguous and shit so that you
Exactly.
can project quite easily.
Yeah, it's good.
So then to go on to that, we're hitting in with number
4. Josh, what's your number 4, mate?
Oh, tell us, please.
My number 4, because I'm replaying Red Dead 2 just now, because we're in like a tier 4 lockdown, so like, I'm bored as shit. I'm like, you know what? I'll go and fucking ride around Amberino for a little while. But mine's is like very similar to JJ's, and it's like that kind of relationship. But I'm gonna like take it up like for number 4, like earlier on in the sequence you see it, because I'm only just at this bit. When you first go back and meet with her, and she asks you to go and like save her brother, like help her brother out.
Yeah.
For the kind of religious culty joint. Once you've done that and you go back, there's like a moment, like you're riding back, and the younger brother keeps asking you, oh, like, are you going to be getting back together? You know what I mean? You were so good together. I really liked you. You know, she's got a soft spot for you. And you get back, and it feels like there could be like a moment, something it could maybe rekindle, and then she's like, no, this would never work. Like, I'm leaving today.
Yeah.
And he's just like, all right. It's just so like gut wrenching.
Yours and mine have linked again somehow.
It's that full thing of like when the brother's asking him about that.
I know,
he's very
yeah.
dismissive, and he's like, oh no, nothing's going to happen. But you can kind of tell, he's kind of hoping that there is. You know what I mean? There's that kind of hint in the way he delivers it, and then it's just like killed completely.
Yeah.
And that for me, that's my number 4.
It's like, no,
That
we're
moment.
finished. Right? Why has she been asking about me?
Oh, no, and he gets the letter too. Does he get the letter too late, or does it get delivered or something? And he finds
No, he's in Guarma.
He's in Guarma when he's
Guarma.
supposed to meet her, because he gets shipwrecked, doesn't he?
Well, my moment, I think my 4th moment then, I was going to save Red Dead for later, but because we've done it already, we've sort of covered a lot of them. Obviously, Arthur's death is sad. John's death in the first one it feels like a culmination of everything, but it's still
pretty brutal,
painful.
isn't it? Actually,
It's pretty brutal because he gets double crossed, really. But for me, I think the bit that hit me most in that game was when it's just the whole heist, the whole in Saint Denis, and everything going to shit. Lenny getting fucking killed, and you're like, what has just happened? I love the relationship with Lenny, especially that bit where you get drunk together and you're just walking around, and he's trying to find him. And you're just clicking around the people, and they just turn into like
it's the new version of press X to Jason, isn't it? Press R2 to Lenny.
Literally,
Jason.
But that moment for me was just so sad. I was like, who else dies in that moment? There's two of them who die.
Isaiah.
Yes, yeah.
Dies during the robbery, gets executed.
Fuck yes.
Spoilers.
Jedediah Springfield.
But that's the last time the whole gang is together. It's, after that point, everything's fractured.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, after that point, it's fucked.
It's the catalytic moment in the demise of the Dutch Van der Linde gang.
Cry,
bang,
cry.
What was your number 4, JJ?
Josh raised the good point of saying, like, oh, the brother kept, like, asking Arthur, like, oh, are you guys getting back together? In the beginning of Spider-Man PS4...
Love it.
Peter Parker and Mary Jane have split up. What?
I know, right?
What?
Heartbreaking. And there's another heartbreaking moment in that
all
game.
the NPCs ask you about it. Like... Even the when there's the Stan Lee reference and he goes, "It's nice to see you two back together," and they're not together, and you're like, "Oh my god, no!"
Stan, you fucking asshole!
Stan, you bitch! Rest in peace.
So you basically pick up Peter Parker at one of his lowest points in his life. Everyone's just questioning him about this relationship that's broken down. It's awful.
But I don't know about you guys, but I was so invested whenever Mary Jane like rang. I was like, oh my god, let's go see Mary Jane, and then it would be like, oh freaking, the police commissioner would be like, I kind of need your help, and you'd be like, no, but I want to go see Mary Jane.
You've seen the thing where it's like one of her phone calls is like, out of context, and it just sounds like she's like banging some dude.
No?
Imagine.
It's like Peter phones her, and it's like really heavy breathing, and she's like, I'm kind of busy at the moment. Can I call later? And it turns out I think you end up playing as him, like she's like sneaking in somewhere, but
yes, it's the
like, out of context, like it's so funny, like it just sounds like she's just some dude, man.
I'm just walking up the stairs. I'm just out of breath.
But yeah, seeing that relationship develop was really fucking. It was really something. And then spoiler scat. When they kiss in the end credits, and you're like, oh, thank God for that.
Is he upside down?
No. I think they're sitting down somewhere. Also, the Doc Ock bit. This is a massive spoiler scat. Scoop ba beep ba beebity ba. So in this one, Doc Ock is more of a mentor to Spider-Man. Spider-Man works at his lab, and they work on limb prosthesis, don't they? But they've been working together for years, and when he becomes the villain and loses his mind, the final fight between him and Peter, he goes, before Peter turns around after his mask is like wrecked, so we can see Peter's face, but he can't see Peter's face, and he says his name anyway, and you're like, and he turns around and he's like,
shitballs.
You knew? Oh my fucking God, I was gone. I truly was
Lost
gone.
Your shit.
It was mental. I was like, oh, he knew the whole time.
He knows my name.
You son of a bitch.
I'm in.
And you could see Peter's face, like he cries. He cries. It's so savage. And then he gets really angry and, beats the shit out of him.
It's got to be done, though, isn't it?
It's got to be done, really, isn't it? It's got to be done.
Done, mate.
But yeah. What about number 3, boys? Number 3. This is gonna be a quick one. We're already on number 3.
We're powering through, boys. Powering through.
Number 3.
I've got three that I'm kind of stuck with. I think I'm going to go with this one for three. My three would be Fable 2, just for one reason, and it's the arc. It's sort of the redemption arc, and at the start of picture this, okay, at the very start you're a pauper, and it's you and your sister. You've got no money, and you've got to scrounge together like 10 coins in order to buy this music box because it's like a traveling salesman. And you eventually get that money and you save it up, and you turn it, and it turns out that it's like a magical music box.
Of course.
But the king finds out you've got it, and he invites you to his palace to come and show him the music box, and he says, I'm going to take you in, I'm going to give you food and warmth, you're going to be like the prince and princess basically of the whole kingdom. He takes it off you, he shoots your sister, and then kicks you out of a window.
Yeah, he does.
I remember that.
Yeah, he does.
You fall down this Rapunzel-esque like tower almost to your death and land smack on the floor to be literally nearly dead. Like, and the whole game is you trying to come over that and overcome that and eventually go back and kill him. Now, there's a moment right at the end of the game where you finally got back this music box, and you turn it round, and it takes you back to this almost, it's sort of like a utopian version of your childhood, and your sister's there. You haven't seen her since the first scene, and you sort of relive very basic tasks like fetch the chickens or stuff like that, and you just do silly little things. And then eventually you come out of it and you kill the guy, and it's very emotional.
Quite cathartic. A lot of people think that's the worst, and that's the worst end game boss of all time.
There's no fight. You just walk in and shoot him.
You just walk in and shoot him.
Yeah, the guy shoots him, and even if you don't shoot him, like the other dude shoots him.
Yeah, literally.
If you leave it too long, the other dude shoots him.
But I think that's because the fighting in that game's crap anyway, but it's all about decision. So after you do that, the final thing that happens is you're given a choice.
It's not awful, it's just old, isn't it?
It's about the journey.
It's about the journey, but the final thing you do after you kill Logan, this character, you have a choice of three things, and you're granted basically one wish. One of them is you're allowed to bring back your wife and your kids and your dog. The second one is you can bring back everyone who's died in the war, but not your wife and your dog. And the other one is you can have 1 million gold.
1 million gold. I can buy a new wife and dog.
And I could buy hundreds of dogs with 1 million gold.
I know, but that's the culmination. It's that decision. Like, what do you choose?
I really enjoyed that game. How like your kind of karma and shit affected how you looked.
3 was really good for that one.
Fable 3 was good, but it had this whole thing towards the end of the game where you have to go out of the country and come and collect like an artifact and come back because there's like this evil that's going to come to...
There's goo. There's generic goo that comes.
A generic black goo. But
yeah,
in order to get good karma at the end of the game, you've got to have enough money to have enough soldiers to be able to fight the war. Now, in order to do that, you've got to buy all the houses and then wait like 15 hours for the houses to accumulate enough money.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So it was so broken that it was so broken.
Just leave it on. Just leave the game on. Strap a rubber band to your
dick.
Yeah, strap a rubber band to your dick. Cut off circulation.
I can't remember what game it was. I leveled something up by doing that by just like I think it might have been Skyrim or something. Put it in and sneak, and then just attaching a rubber band to the remote.
Nice.
So I was just sneaking around in a circle.
You can do that thing, can't you, where you like shield bash roll off like loads at the beginning of Skyrim, and you can bump up your block.
Just spam the XP.
This is where some little animal cuties hit me right in the feels. Okay, and the first one. So this is my number 3, but it's split in half because I'm just talking about video game animals.
Is this the dog at Animal Crossing?
It's not Animal Crossing. It's not Animal Crossing. It is 2 games: Shadow of the Colossus and
the horse.
Yes, the horse and Monster Hunter World. Let's talk about the horse first. So you have this beautiful horse who, whenever you whistle, it's really well. I always think it's the best video game horse, like animation wise, and the way it acts and stuff. Oh yeah, 100%. I know Red Dead, the horse shits and has a boner, but
shrinking balls, JJ. Come on, we've covered this.
Footprints.
It's the way Aggro acts, like. And the hair like swishes and he moves, especially in the remaster. It's freaking beautiful. But every time you get on him, it's just this sense of like, oh, I'm not alone in a world where you feel really alone because there's nothing there.
Yeah,
I get that. Except for your dead girlfriend who you're killing the monsters to revive.
Great.
Yeah, and she ain't much for talking. At least Aggro goes, you know?
I've missed your impressions, it's been a while.
It's been a long time since we heard the horsey.
There's
What's
the
your
one.
best animal impression, apart from a horse?
Probably a horse.
Well, no, that's not what the question was.
Other than a horse, I don't know.
I can do a pig.
Oh, I can do a pig.
Very good, I like it. My animal impressions are all quite visual, so I can't really do them on the podcast format.
Yeah, it's hard for you to get your snake out in
It
a
is, it's
podcast
difficult.
format.
And he came bending over.
So tired.
Hang on, I've just got to plug my earphones in.
I don't know, no, his earphones have run out, but apparently he's not done talking about whatever he was talking about.
We can wait. You guys can wait as well at home. This is filler.
Enjoy your filler, Scott.
I might just.
Say, look, it's JJ's headphones ran out.
I'm just gonna play this bit twice in the recording. Just play this whole section twice.
Just hope no one...
Guys, sorry. I'm gonna have to retreat. I'm gonna have to retreat to the floor.
He's going down. What usually happens when we record, everyone, is JJ lies on the floor in a sort of like model pose, with his one leg up, one arm on his shoulder.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he does.
I didn't know he did that. Shows how much attention I pay to the world around me.
Exactly.
I did some Christmas wrapping earlier.
Oh, lovely. Are you gonna do a rap for us, or was that the end of the joke?
That wasn't a joke, I genuinely wrapped some presents earlier. The point of it is I'm terrible at fucking wrapping presents.
It's the most stressful thing. Like, I don't understand how people make them look good.
I am good at wrapping though. I'm terrible at Christmas wrapping, but I'm good at wrapping.
You got 30 seconds.
Give me a beat.
I'm gonna give you a metronome on the thing.
No, give me a beat. Give me a
I
beat. I'll
can't
do it.
beatbox.
I'll rap.
Boots and
Beatbox.
boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats.
Okay, I'm back. Hello.
Just
There we
in
go.
time. To...
That's proof that I'm good at rapping.
Oh,
If only we had more time to prove it.
oh no! If only we're only.
Hope you've had fun without me for a bit.
We had more fun than we've had the full rest of the podcast.
We just sat in silence and didn't speak to each other for about 2 minutes.
Yeah, we didn't speak at all. Right, continue. You had more to say before you
So-
had nothing to say.
So Aggro, ends. There's a point in the game where it's just you and a broken bridge, and you go, "Can't get across this bridge." Oh, a horse will probably get across this bridge. You jump over the bridge. There is a gaping canyon below. Your horse just makes it to the other side, and as he lands, the rest of the bridge crumbles, and you are thrown forward. Your horse plummets towards the earth. Agony. Agony. Worse than the Red Dead horse. It was absolutely horrible. I screamed. I was like, Aggro, no! Ah! But it turns out, at the end of the game, when your character becomes a beast briefly and then is shrunk into a baby with horns, weird fucking game. Your girlfriend wakes up and the horse is there and he's got a little limp, and it's really sad, but also really happy that he's alive.
After falling 150
But there's
feet.
like there is loads of game like after that point, so you do genuinely think that the horse is dead.
That's horrible.
It is
I can
horrible.
imagine seeing him again for that time. It's like,
Oh my god, he's there. But he's there. But I'm a baby.
That's
but yeah.
my life. That's, oh my god, he's there, but I'm a baby.
When you get to another, and this links to this because I'm on about animals. But there's a thing.
Is this still number 3?
Yeah, there's a thing in. Sorry, I'll be done after this point. You get a companion in Monster Hunter World, and they are a tiny bipedal cat called a palico. And I'm not bothered about cats, but this thing is so bright-eyed and cute, and you get to design him, and he or she, and they talk to you. They're so cute. And you can put armor on them, and they have like big hammers, and sometimes they get out bongo drums. And when you're eating before a fight, because that's what you have to do on Monster Hunter World, you have to prep. You give it like little bits of your food, and the animations are just adorable. And they say little cat puns all the time. So like, if they get hit in battle, they go meouch. Like if they get reduced to like 0 health, sometimes they'll go, "You gotta be kidding me," and stuff like that. It's freaking brilliant.
If they get reduced to 0 health, they say, "Fuck, I'm dying! Fuck!
Save me!
Is this what death feels like? No!" That's what they say.
It's George just got up and scratched his balls.
Yeah, this is a strange moment in podcasting.
I'm so professional.
Cool.
You're number 3.
Was it me?
Yeah.
Mine's is literally, so picture this, guys, right? It's like the mid-2000s. I didn't Google what year this came out, so it's for all intents and purposes, it's the mid-2000s. You and your friend have just are reaching the end of your Halo 3 co-op campaign.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Halo ring is exploding. The music kicks in. Your chief, obviously.
Charging
he's the
capacity at
arbiter.
90%, Chief. Go, go, go.
You're driving. Your buddy's on the turret on the Warthog, shooting the flood and shit.
Yes!
Skidding around all these explosions.
You and the
And you
arbiter.
go up the ramp at the end. You make it onto the fucking
Oh, yes.
the ship. It's brilliant.
Yes, you do.
Fucking the most like feeling of just being like fuck yeah in a game ever.
That was
Awesome.
It is sick.
I don't know what the word is for that feeling. I'm sure Germans have a word for it. That was badass.
I just want to say my Palico was called Doyle the Unbroken. He was fucking sick.
It's always the unbroken with you, isn't it? You can never be broken.
Doyle the Broken just sounds sad.
Doyle done. This plays off of JJ's personal fragile nature.
Yeah.
He's terrified of being perceived as weak in any capacity. So even his
Any capacity.
cute little video game cat has to be unbroken.
That's okay.
That's lovely.
Nothing wrong with that.
Thank you. Thank you for the psychoanalysis there, lads.
The only thing that isn't fragile is his masculinity.
I'm gonna bicep curl myself to sleep tonight and cry.
I stand corrected.
Great.
Have you guys ever broken a console and lived through the horror and pain of the console breaking? Like I dropped
I
my
think-
Game Boy.
Red Ring of Death, man. I think everyone had that.
Yeah, I lost a lot of memory on the Xbox 360. Just randomly.
I'll tell you a funny story. It's not a funny story, it's a heartbreaking story, but it's not one of my numbers. It's just while you said broken consoles. I once bought the game, I just remember it was Cabela's. It was one of those hunting games.
Oh yeah.
One of those safari hunting games, right? For whatever reason, I got fucking super into it. I was loving it, man. Loving this fucking game. The night that I bought it, I was just getting right into it. Got up to go down the stairs to get my dinner with like a bit of kind of like a spring to my step, some would say, because I was in such a good mood at how much I was playing the game. But at that point in time, my Xbox was like sitting on the floor, and I like kicked it by accident, and it broke the disc.
Oh.
And my console was fine, but it broke the
Oh,
disc. I
no.
was so angry, and I just never bought it again. I just never
That
got the game again.
sucks. Oh, my friend Jake Goodman, his disc tray was broken, so he used to have to take games in and out of his Xbox with a knife.
Jesus Christ!
I know.
Don't turn it on. Oh, shit. Get electrocuted. I dropped my Game Boy once and smashed the screen when I was... The ink or something from inside was like running, so it was all like spreading, and all I could see was like just my Pokemon slowly fading away into this like ink blot on the screen.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Thing.
I left my Game Boy. Actually, it was I left my Game Boy in France, and the people at the hotel posted it over to the UK. It was a tattoo edition
Yeah, I
as
had
well.
that one.
So.
That was the one I smashed.
Yes, that's the one.
Coolest thing.
That's the one.
Anyway, let's go to number 2.
The penultimate.
There's a few moments in this series that I think merit some sort of emotive response, and JJ's not going to like it, but I've gone with Soap's death in Modern Warfare 3.
I don't know. I like it. I like the model. I like the story.
I don't know.
I like the story from Mod 3.
So I could have gone with in Modern Warfare 2 where Roach and Ghost get fucking betrayed by Shepard.
Man, I would have maybe went for that. That's a different emotion though. That's anger.
And that moment right at the end of Modern Warfare 2 when you get stabbed by Shepard and you've got to pull the knife out of you to then throw it in his face whilst Price is getting pummeled on the floor.
The retribution
For that moment, for seeing Roach and Ghost getting betrayed like that. But I've gone with Soap dying just because, I mean, it's Soap, isn't it? He's the coolest man in the world.
So his accent is cool.
Well, hang on, he's the coolest man in the video game.
But as like a kid, like you play as him.
I was just gonna say, have you played The Witcher? Like, huh?
Yeah, I'm just seeing like Price crying over his dead body.
Yeah, that's pretty sad.
Yeah. And then you have a stupid mission next where you've got to drive a robotic car. Like, that's where that game was a bit shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you have really sad moments, then you've got to like drive a robotic car around. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to do
driving this car around so fucking depressed, man. Like, just fucking...
and then Price and is it Yuri come in with their fucking juggernaut suits on and climb up the tower to kill Makarov. That's pretty cool as well.
Mine's ties in. Mine's is very similar to my last one, and that's a Halo game. But for number 2, I'm going with Reach, bro. The fall of Reach.
Yeah, man.
I just didn't know what was happening at the end of this game, man. Like, everyone's fucking... Your whole squad have died. You're the rookie. Your whole squad have died. And then at the very end, once you've done everything you can, and you see... it's the Pillar of Autumn, isn't it? With Chief on it, basically, that gets away. You've done everything you can. You make sure that can escape Reach. And it just comes up with the mission objective of survive. And it just leaves you there at the very end to just fight off like an endless wave of Covenant until you die. And like it took me so long to realise, like, fuck, this is it. Like, this is the end. I'm going to die here.
Yeah.
Like, that's the...
Yeah, you just end up playing it for ages, don't you? Like, I don't want to die.
It's the first time a game's made me come to grips with like my own mortality. Like, I'm playing this fucking last mission, like, fuck man, I don't want to die. I'm fighting like fuck not to die, and then eventually the only way to progress is just to give in to the fact that it's inevitable, much like life.
God, I never thought about it like that.
Who'd have thought Bungie had come up with the most poignant video game moment?
It was, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, but Emil might still be alive." I haven't seen him.
Emil's dead. Emil gets stabbed. It's June. It's the sniper that's June, but he does survive in the books. It's canon that he survived. I think he's dead now in the canon, but he survived Reach.
Yeah, but in the books, it's canon that the Spartans can't get erections. So
listen, have you seen Chief with an erection?
Yes.
Deviant art doesn't count.
Oh, Deviant art? What's that? Is it like Rule 34?
Yeah, like what's the other one? Tumblr.
Yeah,
like the bad side of Tumblr.
Oh, okay.
Talking about that sort of stuff, I briefly mentioned it before we started the recording, but as Cyberpunk is coming out very soon, people have started to notice some very risque scenes being posted on certain pornographic websites.
I haven't checked them out for myself yet, but it is cute. It is in my bookmarks. It is ready to go.
No, I haven't checked out either, but I saw a few articles and it sounds a bit racy, shall we say.
Racy?
Yeah, like saucy.
Saucy.
Sizzling, JJ.
Oh! I thought you meant like racist. I was like,
that may be the type of porn you're looking at, JJ. But for the rest of us, it's good old-fashioned video game animated sex.
Video game animated sex, which brings us on to. I want to chat about Kingdom Come Deliverance for my number 2.
I hated that game.
Is it too slow for him?
I can imagine you would because of the beginning.
Yeah, I got to the bit where you go back to. In fact, you might talk about this actually, so I'll let you talk first.
Where did you get to?
I got to the bit where you go back to your village to find your family's bodies.
That is not far. You didn't play much.
Yeah, I got really bored, man, and plus it doesn't autosave. So
you didn't even get to pick up a sword.
No, I got to the. No, I went back and buried them. And you have a sword at that bit. But I went back,
Yeah.
buried them, did all that, did that big massive like fucking long walk that it fucking takes to get to the bodies, right? Such a fucking long...
You have a horse.
No, but it's after the horse is like away.
Oh, okay.
No, I think I just got off my horse actually and then forgot to get back on. Anyway, after that, did that all, then forgot it doesn't autosave, and then I had to do it again, and I was like, nah, fuck this, and deleted it.
The most Josh Aitken thing ever, I think. What he's just described.
Yeah,
Yeah. That really is. That really is. I love that. Oh, it's thing is with Kingdom Come Deliverance, I don't recommend it to everyone because it's not a game for everyone. It's obscurely realistic. So like if you jump from not even that bad a height, right? But you jump onto a rock and you're not wearing shoes, let's say. I know that sounds weird, but that will affect like your knees. That's how deep that game is. Or something like when you're blocking and somebody hits your wrists, that will like affect like how you swing things and everything. It's very cool. I love that game.
How much they've thought about how it would actually affect, because so many times you are just being pummeled a million times with a random hitbox, and
I like the concept of that, but I don't like it in practice.
like communism.
Right?
Your romantic interest in Kingdom Come Deliverance, if you don't like give her enough attention, she will just leave you.
Like real life.
Bloody hell.
Like real life, yeah. And like if you can do this thing where you can go up to, I've forgotten her name. It's been a while since I played it.
Is it the one from your village at the start?
Yes.
Is it like Beatrice or something?
No, that's Bianca. She's your girlfriend at the time, but she's not your girlfriend.
Yeah, I know what one you're talking about. There was the other one
that
you saved.
Hang on, let me just...
Some would say this full thing of like if you don't give her enough attention she'll leave, but like in game it's just like training incels for when the time comes that they do get a girlfriend, how to act.
She's in there's a DLC called A Woman's Lot. What the hell? What? I can't remember what she's called. This is so weird.
Isabel. Rachel.
I've not played the game, so I can't really help unless I just say random female names as well.
Destiny.
Shaniqua.
Shaniqua.
It's clearly Shaniqua. Sasha.
Teresa.
Teresa, I was close.
Teresa. Yeah, and Teresa you can actually play as in one of the DLCs, and you have to be like a stealth person. It's very cool. But she can like get bored of you, and when you're caught in her you have to like come see her like every so often. If you leave it too long, she will be like, where the hell have you been, kind of thing. Or if you bother her while she's like doing work, she'll be like, go away, come back tomorrow.
Wow.
It's really weirdly deep.
My memory of this game was doing some errands in the town and immediately getting into a fist fight with like some fat dude. Like immediately, and he had like my dad's hammer, got in a fight with him. He kicked utter fuck at me. I waited.
Yeah, he does.
I waited until he'd kicked fuck at me and told me to run away. Creeped up behind him and choked him out, and then stole my hammer
very
back.
good.
Like that was the first thing I did.
I actually quite enjoyed that opening.
I enjoyed that, and then I got bored.
Yeah, but the amount of effort you had to put in for Teresa was nice. It was almost nice to see it because it was like, all right, okay, this day I'm gonna go see Teresa. It's 8 o'clock. I'm gonna leave her to do her work for a bit, and then when she's on her lunch break, I'm gonna steal her away from her dad for a bit.
Not like Sims where you just go beep boop boop doo ba doo ba da ba ba, and then you fucking. That's it.
Hecty Burlish.
See, that's I would say for me that's more true to life the way it is in the sim.
You filthy slut. What's everybody's number one? Josh, what's your number one?
Wait, I don't know if I want to go first at number one.
I'll go first as number one because I think
I want to remain a mystery.
because he's still working it out.
No, actually, this is the only one I had at the beginning, and I just made the rest up as I went.
I've gone with Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Darkness, okay? So this is
Yes.
completely different to the main game one. So this is a roguelike, and the premise is you wake up one day on the shore of a beach, and you wake up and all you can think of is like, where am I? And you think, oh, I'm a human. You look down and you've become a Pokemon, okay? And you wake up and your partner Pokemon. No, honestly.
Josh, if you haven't played this is freaking brilliant. It's a full-on RPG.
And you wake up and your partner Pokemon's there, and he sort of nurses you back to health, and then you eventually go on these journeys together, and you realize, oh, it's actually really cool being a Pokemon, but you're still trying to work out, where have I come from? I can't remember my life as a human. I can't remember why I'm here. Where did I come from? And it transpires that you were sent from the future to come back in time to steal these things called time gears. Because in your future version, all the time gears have been stolen and nothing grows. There's no food. Everyone is just starving to death. So you've been sent back in time to steal these gears to make time happen in the future. Okay?
I'm glad you're talking about this because we didn't talk about this in our Pokemon episode.
You've been sent to that, but you don't know that. And these time gears start going missing in your new reality, in your new time. And you and your partner Pokemon have to go around collecting them and try and recover them and retrieve them. You end up working out that you were actually sent to steal them in the first place and fighting the person who is basically your partner in the future version. In doing so, you have to defeat him, get all the time gears and restore them, thus changing the future, thus meaning you disappear in the future, which means you disappear in that time as well. It's so convoluted. And you eventually beat the final boss. You've collected all the time gears, you've restored peace in this time, and as you're floating back down from this tower, you and your best friend are sitting there and you just disappear. And that's how the game finishes.
Oh,
It's heartbreaking. It's truly
awful.
heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking, but you do it for the greater good of your best friend in the end. And it's as a kid's game, as a Pokemon game, it's got a lot more depth than say like your mainstream ones.
sad.
Who's going next then? I like that though. I'm not a big, huge Pokemon fan, but I like the sound of that.
Mystery Dungeon is a different kettle of fish.
Yeah, it's a grind. It's as a grind as it is any Pokemon game. It takes a long time.
Did any of you ever read Diary of a Charmander on Reddit?
No.
Oh man, it's not what you think it's going to be. It's like this
Oh, no.
super fucking harrowing, like diary entries of like a Charmander like in their Pokeball.
Yeah. Oh, bless it.
God.
Charmanders are sad though, because if their flame goes out, they die. And there's a whole episode of Pokemon where he's like, Charmander nearly dies because it's raining.
Jesus Christ! I want to read you like an excerpt from it. Hold on.
Yeah, do it.
I'll do it in a voice though, just because it's funny. Day 407. It's been a fortnight since I have last seen the sun. An infection seems to have grappled hold of my lungs and renders me useless for even the most menial of tasks. There was once a time where I knew I could at least count on being momentarily freed to start a fire, solve a puzzle, or reheat a meal my master would never dream of sharing. But now, it isn't so. Whenever I attempt to summon fire from my belly, nothing is produced but a pile of clotted lung blood and soot.
Fuck me.
I can feel my time drawing nigh, and though I have known only misery and fear at the hands of the human child, I do not begrudge my fate. On second thought, yes, I do.
Oh my
it's
God.
heartbreaking.
Signed Charmander.
That was horrible and great.
There's like 6 of these, like 6 diary entries.
Oh man,
It's pretty funny.
I have to have a read of those. Very good. Who's gonna go next?
I want to chat about. Oh no, everybody's gonna groan. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Oh no, I was going to groan because I thought you were going to say what I've picked, but you haven't. So fabulous.
So when I first played The Witcher blind, so what I do when I first play any game is I don't look up any walkthrough.
What it does is when he first plays a game blind, he puts like a bit of like fucking felt over his eyes and walks around with a stick for the full day. So
yeah, going completely blind, and I met Triss in The Witcher, who is one of the romance options. And you're at a party and it's beautifully romantic. It's moonlit, there's beautiful music, there's candles, she's wearing a gorgeous dress, you're in a nice outfit, which Geralt wouldn't normally do, which I quite enjoy because I hate wearing suits as well, so I'm with him there. I'm like, oh, well, better look nice for this lady then. And there's a moment where she falls and he catches her and she like leans in and you lean in and it's like, oh, the sparks flying. And you talk about, you know, I can't believe we're doing this again and all the rest of it. And then you go up to this lighthouse before she leaves to make love. And then she leaves you. I know. I know this is sad. And then she leaves you on this boat. And Triss is beautiful, right? But a few quests later, I meet Yennefer. Oh, mama. Oh, my God.
I feel like I'm reading like a story from like fucking Penthouse Forum or something, man. Like, this is JJ's diary.
No, but I was like, oh, okay, she's really fiery, she's funny. And I was like, there was loads of flirting going on. But me being the way I was, because I'd already chosen Triss, and bearing in mind I've played The Witcher about 5 times, I always go with Yennefer now. But when it got to the point of you have to go on this quest and go see this genie, because in the books,
it's a djinn.
Jinn, yeah, exactly. In the books, Geralt wished to the genie that him and Yennefer would always be together, and it turns out the reason. And Yennefer thought that her feelings with Geralt were just because of this genie. Anyway, you defeat this genie and it turns out that's not true. And she goes, the magic's still there. And it's all like, oh, Geralt, I love you. And because I was loyal, I had to turn to Yennefer, and I can't believe I'm saying this. And I had to do the thing of like, well, I'm with Triss. And Geralt turns to her and goes, I'm sorry, Yen. The magic's gone. My heart split into 1,000 pieces.
You fucking horrible bastard.
Mate, I couldn't. Well, you can't, because otherwise you'd be cheating. Otherwise you'd be cheating.
And that goes against your moral code.
It does. You do have a strong moral code.
And there's no way you can break up with Triss because she's gone to help out the mages in a different continent.
You stuck by your guns, and I appreciate that.
The way you described that, you talk about in like high school movies when the girls are like twiddling their hair, like talking about their crushes. You were twiddling the whole way through all of that.
Yeah, your hair was getting twiddled. There was a gleam in your eye.
Yeah. You stood up on your tippy toes and lifted one of your heels up to give them a peck on the lips.
A suspicious amount of your entries this episode, JJ, have just been about like being in a relationship with someone. I've just been about love, which I like. That's very nice.
Ours have all been about death, and his have all been about love. I wonder why that is.
I wonder why that is.
Mary Linton seeing Arthur's grave. I got aggro. That's not about love.
I love that yours are about like love and shit, and yours are just about our own fleeting mortality. Okay, so my number one is the masterpiece, and I found it hard to pick like one moment from this game. So I've got a couple, but as a whole, in terms of like feelings and shit, feelings and stuff, it was the masterpiece that is God of War.
Yes, I was mouthing God of War to Adam the whole time he was speaking.
Yeah.
I was like, God of War.
Yeah, it's God of War, man. Like that fucking game simultaneously like ruined me, but also like lifted like life in a life affirming way. Like I was like fucking like for half of it I like, felt horrible. I was like and then like by the end of it I felt so fucking good about it. Like I was like fuck, that made me emote.
That is, I think I'm gonna freak out when we see more about Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Ragnarok will be my new Cyberpunk.
I found that they've done such a good job of, even though it's like they're like gods, and there's these like over the top kind of unreal characters. The relationship between Kratos and Atreus is just so fucking real, man. It just feels like such a, and I like, it's that full thing of like this, like he's like the father, he's kind of like a flawed guy, but it's that kind of way of like when you're looking through the lens of Atreus, Atreus is constantly, at least for the first portion of the game, just trying to make him proud, basically. He's trying to do right by him and then he finds out that actually, no, this guy is like, fuck man, this guy's got his own demons, this guy isn't fucking amazing, he's not perfect. And then they grow to accept that in each other. And for me, I think my two favourite moments in the game are the bit where you go and get the Chaos Blades and Athena appears to you and she's talking to you.
Oh, you will always be a monster.
Aye.
I know.
Aye, but not yours. What does it say? I know, but no longer yours.
No, it's, but I am your monster no longer.
That line, that was fucking heartbreaking, man. It was like badass, but heartbreaking at the same time.
I was slapping my knee. I think Phoebe was in the room with me, and she was like, "Fuck!" She was like, "That was sick," and I was like, "Yeah."
So many good
sick.
lines. What's the one? He says to Trace, "Is it don't be sorry, be better."
Yeah.
It's like such like a snap line. It's like such a snap line, but like just to think about that line, you're like, "Fuck, man, that's so heavy."
It's when when he's reaching for his back after he's killed because he has to finish off that deer. And like you can tell he's crying about it, and then Kratos kind of reaches his hand, and then he pulls away.
He pulls it away. You're like, the bit for me out of all of the game, if they put any game, so you get to the end of the game, right? And spoiler alert, after you've killed Balder, it's Balder, isn't it? Yeah, Balder. Kill him, stuff happens, blah 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 blah. But then the game, that's the final boss fight, but the game doesn't like end there. Then after that, and after defeating them and finally kind of working as this like perfect team, almost like father and son, of going through that last challenge, you then reach the destination you've been going to, and there's no fighting. They're just up the stairs and you just walk. It's just a walk and you talk, and it's like the first time in the full thing it's as if they talk like so openly with each other. It's like Atreus asks like about his name, and Kratos tells him the story of like why he called him that and stuff like that, and it's just it's a very nice way to end the game.
Don't say the bomb drop because
like I'm not saying the bomb drop. I'm talking about the story. It was like I just thought that was really like it's just you've reached there was a sense of calm to it that I felt like everything's okay.
It felt conclusive, but at the same time, it was like, oh, there is a lot of shit to come as well.
So conclusively, if you've not played God of War, fucking do yourself a favour.
Fucking play it.
Fine, I will already. I've got it, I haven't played it yet. It's the same as The Witcher, I've got it, I just haven't played it yet.
You've got it, but you haven't played.
Do God of War first, because it'll take you less time.
We've done an episode on God of War.
No, we haven't.
No, we haven't.
No, we haven't, that's true. I want to do one, though.
Yeah, do God of War first.
Okay, I will. I'm currently trying to do Ghost of Tsushima at the moment, which is, I'm conflicted.
Yeah, I was very conflicted with Ghost of Tsushima.
But we'll talk about that on the next episode, and
that's
first
a story
impressions.
For another time.
I will answer your questions and give you my first impressions on Cyberpunk 2077.
If you actually get it.
Yeah, if it arrives. And Josh and Adam are going to chat about Ghosts of Tsushima.
I've been playing it in Japanese. It's been great fun.
You're doing Karasawa or whatever mode.
Yeah.
It's the black and white.
Dude, did you just say Kawasaki mode? That's racist.
Karasawa.
That's racist.
You're racist. Do you know what is racist? Please.
Beep, beep.
Excellent. Okay, we'll see you later, boys. See you next week. Bye.
Bye. Bye now.
Thank you for listening to the Bro You Haven't podcast. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Bro You Haven't Pod for updates on future episodes and more. If you like this week's episode, you can catch our other episodes on Spotify, Acast, and YouTube. On behalf of myself, Adam, and Josh, have a lovely week.